Hello everybody, welcome back to the next episode of my Deathmarch playthrough, and this is just continuing with White Orchard. There's still quite a lot to do here. We've got to finish off all of the undiscovered locations and then we'll set up for fighting the Griffin before we move on to Vizima and then Velen. So yeah, if you enjoy this kind of content and are enjoying the playthrough, then please like, comment and subscribe. I'll just jump in where I picked off last time. Thank you. Alright, so we speak to that. Speak to him and get all this. Walk the battlefield. Blah 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 blah. Okay.
I would have meet you.
Right, so you can meet him here and do this area of the battlefield. You want to try and you see my inventory at the top left is 46 out of 60, so you want to be trying to clear some of that first because you pick up a load of different stuff from doing that. And so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fast travel here, take out these things, make my silver sword up top, and then we'll come back and do this later after we've sold a load of stuff to him. So let me make my way to the fast travel point. Do it the other way around. I'll sell a load of stuff first and make the steel sword, the silver sword, and then we're good to go.
Who you really mean? White Rawless will never believe it.
Okay, so this will be both of our swords created, and this is one of the main goals.
Are you here to?
So you can craft it and make the silver sword, and so that needs these 2 silver ingots and the emerald dust, which we've got there. So that's absolutely brilliant. We can craft that, and then we can sell him a lot of the other ones that we found. Sell both of these saddles because they're very heavy. You can see how much the inventory weight leapt down then, and then you can sell him the rest of this stuff. You can dismantle some of these as well if you wish, but yeah, normally just end up selling them. And if you're really hurting for money, you can, if you want, you can sell some of these things. So the runes are extremely valuable, and you can sell some of those that you're not going to be using. See, I've got a couple of Velez ones already, so I could sell those. Do have those medium gloves. Sell some of this extra stuff. Okay.
Show me where you.
Alright, so after we've got that,
So long.
we can check everything out, see what we've got. So the choice here is between the elemental damage or slightly higher resistances to the human ones, so we'll go with that. And as you can see there, we've got our 2 higher damage swords, and these are much higher damage than the other swords, like much higher damage. And they also have that intensity buff for Ard and the chance to poison. So yeah, all in all, just really good swords, and that's why it's extremely important to get those, and that's why we prioritised that. Next port of call is going to be, we've got the other part of the main quest to do, and then we need to finish off the other places of power, so that's going to be the next thing we look at. Also need to speak to Odolan and get that reward, so we'll go and do that at some point as well. Okay, so we are just going to go and clear out some of the other undiscovered locations and have a look at some of the other things we have to complete. So we've done the contract for Devil by the Well. We can just go and collect the reward for that whenever we want, and then we can just carry on with the normal parts of the main quest. And we are so far just using poison blades and Griffin School techniques. We've got that, and then we'll be following up with either acquired tolerance or some of the combat or sign skills. I'll probably just go with acquired tolerance, not that we use it, but just so that we can unlock protective coating straight away. I feel like that's a very useful one. And then probably go, you can basically either go, obviously split the two trees, or you can just stick with alchemy. So I will be having a look at how that works out later. Don't think we have beast oil yet from what I recall. Let's have a look. Alright, so yeah, don't have beast oil yet because we need dog tallow and a wolf's liver, so we'll soon be able to make that. I'll have to have a look at that. We'll actually be able to make enhanced beast oil soon after that because we've got the bison grass, so it won't be long before we'll be able to make that. But anyway, so we're going to go with this first. So we'll try and get the wolves around here, and then we're going to keep our distance, get Quinn back up, see if we can catch them in one of the explosions from that red barrel, but we don't there. Because we've got the steel sword, you can see it does make a significant difference early on, and that's why it's very useful to have that. Ow, cheeky. Man, these things are annoying. Anyway, just get that water going, because no point using a swallow just for the last little bit of that fight. And there we straight away got wolf's liver and dog tallow, and that will allow us to make the beast oil. So we'll do that, see what we get from this. Didn't get any recipes, but then we do manage to get a few things there. Ruby dust, diamond dust, so yeah, some good little things to collect there. But more importantly, we got the beast oil, which is great. So we're going to make that. And with also having the dog tallow, we've also got enough to have created the cursed oil, which I don't use particularly often, but got it there. Knock that down. Get those honeycombs, as we were saying. The honeycomb, always very useful, because you can either use them as healing items, or just as importantly, you can... Oh yeah, gassy swamps are poisonous, well that's fine, but we actually just want to try and catch some of them in here. So I'm going to try and actually catch some of these dudes. Yeah. Oh wow, that hurt. We need swallow. Yeah, okay. I was going to try and be cheeky and catch them, and yeah, catch them in the explosion, but wasn't really worth trying that, so we'll just use Tonial and Swallow. And again, multiple drowners, multiple enemies are where you can potentially have problems on deathmatch, so you need to be a bit careful, keep your gun up. Don't take unnecessary risks like I did there. But as you can see, that's why the alchemy is so powerful, because it makes a massive difference having Tonial up. And we're able to just dodge quite easily, get our health back up with that. And that's why it's important to do things in the order that we've done them in this playthrough so far, where you are focusing on getting a place of power, getting Griffin School techniques, just having that quicker stamina regen and things, and getting some alchemy and hard alcohol together before you start taking on the enemies, so that you can have uses of the multiple potions and be able to get your stamina higher and keep everything, have your stamina higher and be able to use Swallow and use Tonial and that kind of thing. And that's pretty much the basis of all combat with an alchemy build, which is what I'm going to be going through here. So clear out some of these other places of interest, and that is another quest available there. We'll have to check that out in just a moment. What else have we got? We can actually just start this quest because it brings you back over this way anyway, so we'll go and speak to this gentleman. Collect the herbs on the way. Nothing else interesting here.
What happened? Last.
Well, no.
Fine.
Right, so we'll go find this box. Precious cargo.
Come on, come closer.
Oh, they got hit by bees, Ace. Ha! That's funny. Hilarious. Oh, that was lazy. Yeah, this is why you don't mess around with groups of wolves on deathmatch. Well, I keep saying, don't mess around with groups of wolves. They are annoying. So just make sure that you are respectful of those. If you can if you can get the hit of Igni up, that's a massive help. Especially if you can catch a couple of them in Igni's blast at once, which we did there. Very useful. I love Tornial. It's such an important thing to have that stamina regeneration early on. Just can't stress that enough. So managed to get those. Begatic Blossom there. And like I say, there's quite a few of these honeycombs around early on, and always good to grab those and then sell them to Tamira or another herbalist who give you the best prices for the honeycomb. Right, so wow, there are loads in this area actually. I didn't realise there were quite so many. No, it makes a huge difference, but hey, free money. We're all about free money. Right, and then we're just going to go and explore this little bit here. Now we've got to go back over there and track for precious cargo anyway. I did think it was weird it didn't switch that straight away. Anyway, no problem. So we got ourselves a few honeycomb there. When I get to the correct place, I will just probably meditate as well. Just make use of the hard alcohol and get my potions back. As you can see, it's a very good idea to have those. So we'll just meditate for an hour minimum. And then see where this takes us.
Cart tracks. Rode off into the swamp.
Might as well make use of the oils actually whilst we're here. So beast oil. So I don't have to do that when I go in the menu. It's a tiny little thing, but if you're going in the menu anyway, then you might as well reapply the oil to your steel sword at the same time you do for your silver sword and vice versa. What have we got?
Here's the cart.
Loot a few things here. Always good to pick everything up.
An arrow. Didn't mention this. Arrows. I should take a look around.
Should take a look around.
Square in the neck.
Isn't that the name of a Limp Bizkit album? I
Either
seem
the
to remember.
merchant's got serious memory problems, or
Dum
he's
dum
lying.
dum 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 dum. Yeah. Anyway, what else have we got? So we found that. Found that. What else are we supposed to be looking for? More honeycomb. Damn, you really do get a lot of honeycomb. Aha! There we go.
Must be that box he mentioned.
Must be.
Splattered with blood. Human blood.
Yeah, you can get rid of the poisonous clouds by either igniting them with Igni or temporarily blowing them away with Ard, which is always useful. Whilst we're in this area, there are a couple of these things. So return the box to the merchant. But whilst we're in the vicinity, we might as well put Quen on whilst we're out of combat. But when we inevitably run into one of these drowners, and then once we've got that, we can. Well, yeah, once we've got that, ow. we can just get the undiscovered locations at the same time. Yeah. Again, the safest way to do things is always just to have Quinn on first, but I'm not exactly being safe at the moment, so. A lot of the time you'll be able to burn them with Igni, especially drowners because they're fairly weak to fire, so get that going. Use the food to heal out of combat to save on Swallow, might as well. But yeah, even though you're not really struggling, you can see the danger is there if you don't keep Quinn up, so like it is best to keep Quinn up and be dodging and taking your time with combat, so just there is a risk. If you're gonna get lazy, there's that risk there. Plus I've just realised I think I put Spectral on my sword. No, I just put... yeah, I did. You dumbass. Whatever. Wasn't even getting the benefit from my oils, but never mind. Right, so let's see what we've got to grab here. Oh, what's that? It's the gathered treasure. Got a sword there, we can sell that in due course as well. And then there was one other undiscovered location for us to get, and then we'll head back to that guy. Finish off the little part of that quest we'll have to do. What else have we got? What do we have here? Oh, campfire. Bandit camp? Yeah, bandit camp. So always make a beeline for these guys first, because they're the most annoying. That guy's poisoned, so he'll die in due course. Wham! Don't lose your head. Well, that was easy. Right. Dorian sword, Vermilion. So yeah, some of these that you get diagrams for things that you would never ever use, like, but some of them, like that Vermilion, that will come into play later on. And you want to get as many of the diagrams as you can for acquired tolerance, which increases your toxicity for every formula that's known by half a point. Used to be 1 point, and it was pretty much the best skill in the game. Now it's half a point, and it's just relegated to useful, as opposed to insanely broken. Where'd this guy come from? Ouchville, population you, bro. Right. Okay, so another part of that sorted. What else did we have? So this is an abandoned site. We'll come back to this. We'll sell some honeycomb to Tamira. But first things first, we'll just run back here and make sure that we are completing this quest. Oh, that was weird. The wolves that have been killed by something other than me. I wonder if the bandits took the wolves out. Interesting. That Belize fruit is the sort of purple berried, one of the purple berried plants. And that's another thing that's quite common in White Orchard and very rarely seen elsewhere. But you only really need it for like one recipe, that I recall. It's not something you need a lot of, basically. But oi, really bugs me when I can't get honeycomb. Yeah, so Belize fruit, not something you need very frequently, but it is something that you need for one of the alchemy creations. So found the box.
Yeah, found your priceless chat.
This is so funny.
Watch out! Behind you!
There's nothing behind you.
Wicked. Anyway, chase this guy down. Still makes me chuckle. I love this game. Anyway, so we've got to chase this guy down. Roach, where are you? I wonder if we can use Axie on this guy. I never thought to do that. You probably can, but I'd normally just smack him off his horse. Let's have a look. Yeah, so time slows down when you're on combat on the horse, so you can just hold the steel sword, fast attack button, and then get him like that.
Wake up. See?
Private First Class John Gearmer. Temerian. That was a medical transport. I'd be damned if it reached the Black Ones.
Mm-hmm.
You can go.
Take it.
Ha! I don't know which is actually the best outcome to choose there. I can't even remember, but I might as well just take that. Get the Celandine for myself. Yeah, why not? Not that I need the Celandine, but right. So this is the abandoned site. Might as well do this. There is the thing. If I'm running back here, there is the cart on the road. I think it was this way. Cart on the road that you run past, and that has some things in it to grab. Yeah, that looks like it. That's Belize fruit over there, this one. There you go. Right, so let's grab this stuff in case there's anything interesting. Might not be, but I'm very particular. I like to grab everything that I can. What have we got? Anything useful? Oh, come on, collision detection, sort your life out. At least there are no candles. Only a couple of things. I don't think this is really going to be worth it, is it? Let's be honest. Oh, phosphorus. Okay, well, that's not so bad. Again, that's something that you'll need for 1 or 2 alchemy recipes. And it's marginally more valuable than your sort of standard loot, so we're okay with that. Right, so now we've got an abandoned site to clear out, and there are some ghouls here again. What oil have we got on our sword? Right, we've got 20 necrophage oil already on the sword, so we don't have to reapply that. And we can take these things out. So, let's go and sort these.
What now?
These things are pretty easy, usually. Ooh, famous last words. Again, put on both. Potions. You can use your alchemy pretty much whenever you want. Because we've picked up a few alcohol by looting things in various places. Ow, god damn, they hit hard actually. I need to get protective coating, I think. Spoiler alert, guess what we're going to be getting when we get to Velin? Another one there? Yeah. If you're fighting something one-on-one as well, you can always use Axiom. So if it's just one thing... Ooh, wolves. That's an interesting wrinkle. If you're just fighting a lone enemy, you can just use Axiom to stun him. Hit him with a strong attack, Axie to stun again. Another option there. Okay, so this is a nice little chunk of experience there. 90 experience, that's not bad, not bad. Grab this stuff again. A few other things to loot round here. Yep, more honeycomb. There's another one somewhere, awkwardly positioned up top at the back there. Yeah, that one. Grab that as well. Oh, come on. That's just annoying. Get out of it. I'm gonna get it, knock it down. Otherwise it's just gonna annoy me. I do not remember that being that tricky to get. There you go. Why are they being so annoying, the honeycombs? Anyway, whatever. Get those, sell those. Those will just be some wolves. From the sound of things and from how quickly that's moving. Nothing to be really gained by fighting that, so just keep my distance. There are some neckers somewhere in White Orchard. I can never find where they are, but if you find some neckers, then they're a good idea to fight those as well. Nothing that we really want to be getting rid of there. We could sell these, I suppose. I'll save them and sell them to the blacksmith. They tend to give you marginally better prices. Wow, he's giving really bad prices for stuff. 2 for honeycomb, Tamir gives me 7. What an absolute rip-off merchant. And he didn't have anything interesting. for sale there, so we'll not bother with that. And in my own brand of strange justice, I will go and loot their homes for giving me terrible prices. Not that I wouldn't have done anyway, you understand. Never mind. Alright, cool. So we've got everything there. Nothing else of interest. Whetstone to get that little bit of extra damage if you wanted yet more honeycombs. Oh, I'm lying. I do not remember this being this many honeycombs. Anyway, whilst we are here in the vicinity, we can go and sell some of those to Tomira, because like I say, as I've repeated a couple of times, she gives much better prices than anybody else. The alchemists tend to give better prices for honeycomb than anybody else, so it's a good source of healing early on, but more importantly it's a good source of a little bit of money, because although we've used a little bit of like water and bread and things for healing, mostly swallow, because that's what you're healing with in combat, and then you can sell the food items and that you're not using. She has hellebore petals in her garden as well, which is again something that you don't find all the time outside of White Orchard, but you do find a disproportionate amount of in White Orchard, so make sure we grab those whilst we are here. And then we'll sell her the honeycomb.
Yes?
Yes, hello.
I'm
Alright, okay, so what did she have? She didn't have anything else particularly useful. Oh, she got bison grass again. Again, always buy bison grass if she's got it. What else do we want? We could buy some saltpeter and things, but really I just want to focus on selling some of these honeycomb to her. Use up all of her money that way. Okay, now what else do I want? As I was saying before, I'll usually buy, because I've got so many honeycomb, I might actually buy a couple of bear fat, which I virtually never do, but it's just otherwise I'm probably not going to be coming back to visit her like that often, so I'll just take those. And that, I had enough things to make the enhanced beast oil, so because I had the beast oil, already got a bear hide, got the bison grass, so I can make that. So already got an enhanced oil. We're off to a good start there. Could also buy this calcium equum from her and make grape shot if I really wanted. Might see if she's got any of those. Do you have calcium equum at all?
Yes.
Do it.
We must.
There we go.
There was. Nana.
Alright, cool. Tell you what is weird. Normally you can ask about, do you know such and such, which is the person from the Devil in the Well quest, but maybe you can't do that until yeah, so she's got a couple of calcium equum there. So again, you could loot this stuff, but whilst I actually have the items just to sell to her already, I'm just gonna actually sell her those items, so not necessary, but yeah, sell those. Right, cool. So that'll allow me to be making the grape shot bomb as well. Usually you can just wait and find those things, but if you find that you have things that you want to sell to her, yeah, you can buy some of it. So there we go. So now we've got the grape shot bomb as well. Another thing about patch 4.0, you can switch between the bombs. All the bombs that you've got in your inventory, you don't have to do it manually, which is ace. Only thing I wish they'd change is I wish you could apply oils from this radial menu, but because you can apply them in combat anyway, so it's not like, you know, they have to be applied out of combat, which would make lore sense but doesn't make gameplay sense. Oh wow, this game is freaking amazing. Anyway, so yeah, I wish you could apply oils from the radial menu. Would have been a slight change that I would have made, but there's so much good stuff in the free patch that, can we really complain? Do we want to be complaining? No, we don't. No, we do not. So there you go. Right, just reapply our oils whilst we're already in the menu. Sold all of those honeycomb to Tomira. And let's have a quick look at what else we've got. So we want to be going and collecting the reward for Odolan. I am curious as to, I don't think, from what I remember in the last episode, I don't think that I've collected the extra stuff from Tomira yet. So I'll do that first, and then we'll go and do that other quest as well. See what other undiscovered locations we've got. Did we clear out this bandit camp? Yes, we did. We did that already. So now we've cleared out pretty much everything on this side of the map. So we've just some other ones up here, and we'll do those at the same time that we go and meet Dune or Dune or Dune or whatever you want to call it, whatever his name is, however you want to pronounce it. We'll go and do that at the same time, and then we will come back and do the other part of the main quest, and so on and so forth. Got some more Arenaria. We could grab this stuff again if we wanted. I feel like I picked up a reasonable amount before, but as I was saying, always a good idea to grab a few more. Not that Arenaria are particularly rare, but again, once you're in the world at large, find them as often as you do in White Orchard, where it gives you like this good little supply of them early on. So always a good idea to grab some of these whilst we're here. And then I will go and speak to Odlan for the reward. So, you may remember that earlier in the playthrough I said that whilst you can haggle for a reward, I don't bother doing it with Odlan because I know that you always get a more, I think you get an amethyst or something like that, if you turn down the reward, and 20 crowns is not very much,
If they
obviously. So, yeah, mention this. Keep the coin.
at this point.
Right, so I think you get slightly more experience, but also, yeah, you get an amethyst. And the amethyst is just worth like tons more than the actual 20 crowns reward would have been anyway, so miles better to just get that. Loot the water and the Everloose. In fact, you can probably sell those for nearly 20 crowns just themselves, so yeah. The rewards for contracts aren't always substantial compared to how much money you can make just from selling random junk and the other items that you find and aren't even going to use a lot of the time, so yeah, never that bothered about haggling. Normally do it, but like a few crowns isn't going to make much of a difference. Right, whilst we are here, I'm just going to offload some junk on the dwarven dude. Sell some of those swords and things, just because I don't need them.
Show me.
We'll have a quick look. Could also repair our stuff if there's any need to repair. I kind of doubt there is, but nothing else that I want to be making at the moment. So repairing our equipped would take 56 crowns, so you know, a reasonable amount. But as you can see, they're not very damaged. It's not going to make very much difference, so we're not going to bother. Could dismantle some of this stuff if we wanted. I do normally dismantle these, but I also tend to like hang on to them a lot of the time. This is how you would get a silver ingot as well. You could dismantle pure silver to get a silver ingot if you needed it to make the swords, as we were discussing earlier. So for now, probably just going, you can dismantle things like this candelabra for an iron ingot if you need any of that, and little bits of iron ore stuff, things of that nature. But for the most part, don't need any of this stuff that I recall, so I'm just going to sell most of it. Get rid. You got your Witcher's silver sword there. Don't even think that dismantles into anything decent. You can get silver ore from it, I suppose, so we'll do that. Sell the rest. These gauntlets kind of suck. We'll keep those original ones because they're the medium ones, just in case ever wanted to switch back. Not that you'd ever really notice a significant difference. And there's nothing else that we really be wanting from him. So can we sell? I don't think we can sell saddles. Oh, we sold the saddles already. That's great. You don't want to be keeping multiple saddles. No point for that kind of stuff. Get rid of that. Okay, so that's sorted. Sold a few things, and we're still at 950 odd crowns. So even having dismantled that Witcher sword to get that little bit of silver ore, not that we'd really need it, but might as well do that because we're still treading water at the same sort of 950 odd crowns anyway. So let's have a quick look what we're gonna do here. Right, so next thing, we gotta ask where the hunter is, so that's the next thing on the next thing we might as well do while we're here. Finish this little bit of the story quest, because then the other sub quest and these things are over this way, and we'll do those, and then we'll be able to take on the griffin and go from there.
Home?
Must be out hunting.
Must be. Let's go and find him.
Trail's fresh.
Yeah.
His love just left home.
Okay, so again, you're supposed to just like hold the button, but I just tend to tap whilst running along.
You.
Here is Mislav.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna go through this.
No.
Right.
These
Okay.
dogs been a
So
problem for a while now.
these dogs are annoying, and groups of dogs are a pain on deathmatch. So that's why it's a good idea to have done all this other stuff first, as we've seen before. When you've got the 2 potions, Swallow and Tornial, it's a lot easier to deal with groups of dogs and stuff like that. Probably didn't even need that Swallow, to be honest. These are only level 2, but whatever. Do always love having Tornial. Makes combat a lot easier. Okay, so took those out. No worries. Still got 1 of each. It's normally good for like a bout of combat, 1 encounter in total. Alright.
You know.
Yeah, so we'll just talk about this guy now.
Before.
Is it lycanthropy?
Nothing.
No, it's not.
Right.
If it's
Ask him about this
What?
kind of
I
thing
can't
if you would
remember.
like. Oh, Florian. Florian hanged himself. Oh, I can't play the Heartless Witcher. I'm not that kind of dude. Just not that kind of dude.
Griffin.
Anyway.
Know anything about it?
Right, so
Not my kind of game.
You're his kind, though. Survival instincts alone ought to make you care.
I walk silent.
I walk silent. No Griffin can hear us by me. Yeah, right. You really think Griffin couldn't hunt you down if it wanted to? Mislav's like low-key kind of cocky. Okay. Anyway, so you just follow this. This is where you find the bodies. Blah blah blah. Sucks to be the Nilfgaardians. Yes, yes.
1.
All right. Cool.
I'll be.
Hope. Good hunting now.
Good hunting indeed. Where my
Nilfgaardians
witcher
were
senses at?
celebrated.
So yeah.
Griffin interrupted us black, saturated with blood.
Yeah, camp. Is it over here? Yeah,
These
it's over
prints
here.
are older
Okay.
and deeper.
I think we've already got these. Oh no, I haven't. I thought I've got these already. Repair kit and linen. How exciting. Anyway, whatever. Follow these. There's another honeycomb, which we're going to knock down and grab because we're obsessed with looting everything. And when I say we, I of course mean me. So yeah, you just do all this stuff. There we go. Whoa, dude, that was unhelpful. Right, another couple of honeycomb there. We've already got the place of power in this area, but obviously under the normal sort of course of events, this is where you would be expecting to get the place of power afterwards, but we already went and got it because it was completely unguarded. We get all these orens and everything else. You can hear the place of power in the background, which is the Quen one, obviously. You can go and draw from it if you want to get your, if you want to go and get the pickup from that again. Anything else useful to grab around here? Nope, we just look at the griffin. Look at this magnificent creature, which is unfortunately Desi's. And severely annoyed their male mate of the royal griffin. And that gives you a big chunk of experience, and that again, so all we really did there for that particular quest was fight a couple of level 2 dogs with Mislav, and then you're good to go. So you do get a big chunk of experience for, you know, those story quests. That's why it's a good idea to do. But as long as you got to level 2 and you've got these, you don't get anything for level 3. It's level 4, which we'll get to probably just after White Orchard, is when you get your next ability slot, and then we can either get something like muscle memory if you want to go that way, but what I'll actually be more likely to do is focus on getting acquired tolerance, because then when you get to Velen you get more places of power, and I'll be able to get protective coating right away. I love protective coating. As you've seen on Deathmatch, you take a lot of damage, but I love using the oils and all the witchery aspects of alchemy, and having protective coating gives you a 15% damage reduction if you have the correct oil, and is just extremely good. So I'll mostly focus on alchemy, although I will show some of the other alternative sort of builds that you can do. Right, so that being the case, we are now just got to talk to Vesemir to take on the Griffin when we want to complete the Griffin contract as part of the main quest. But the only other side quest I've got to do is to go and meet Dune or Dune or however you want to pronounce it. I'll come from this side because I want to open this gate, and then I'll clear out all of these four on the way to meeting up with him. So I will go from the mill. Yeah, we'll go from the mill as soon as I find the actual fast travel post that I'm travelling from. Okay. So yeah, you can either go from the mill, or you can go from the ford here and ride up, or you can go from Wosong Bridge, blah blah blah. Go from there as well. Could do with clearing some of my inventory really, because you pick up a lot of swords and stuff, but that's alright. I'll just get overburdened at the end. You pick up a lot of swords on the battlefield, and you know, you can collect a lot of those, and then sell them afterwards. I'll just do that at a later point. Excuse me, honeycomb. That's weird. Oh, not getting the honeycomb apparently. Whatever. Right. I'll just hop on Roach very shortly and ride her over there. There are a couple of other places. I've cleared out this area already from what I recall. Yep, from doing the tiny little quest associated with finding the stuff there. You can usually grab something from one of these buildings as well. That one, if I recall. Okay, fishing rod, wow. Mushrooms, yeah sure. Let me break that. Nope. Wow, that was not very interesting. Is that all there was? How bizarre. Okay. Normally get something better from there. Maybe it's just you know, pure random drop. A lot of them are. Understandable. Right. Roach, where are you, my dear? Let's go.
Giddy up.
Do 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 do. That was tuneful, wasn't it? Right. Anyway, so we're going to carry on here, making our way all the way over here. Got the hidden treasure. This one guarded by wolves, if I remember. And then there's another few that are bandit camps and stuff like that. So hard not knocking the wolves over. It's a bit of a shame. We'll normally stick to Igni versus these. And the problem comes with wolves when you let them sort of gang up on you. You can roll if you need a bit of distance, but not normally necessary. Right, that one's dead. There's a couple others hanging out over there actually. You can see that I've got the superior beast oil, which is very useful. Poison that with poison blades, back off a bit, let them get taken down from that, always helpful. Quite a few things to grab here. Got a another mini quest there, and that gives us even more stuff to look for. Got a glyph of it in there, and we got a the ancient lesson decoction, one of my absolute favourites. I'll not really be using the decoctions in this playthrough. I have a plan for what we're going to be doing with the skills, and it's mostly going to revolve around how early we can get delayed recovery. If you've seen the best build in the game, which is the Metamorphosis one of mine, after the patch, it revolves around delayed recovery being very strong. So we'll be going for that pretty early. That is the plan anyway. I may retool it as we go. I haven't done a full playthrough in patch 1.0 before, 4.0 before, so I'll have to have a look at that. No point me fighting those wolves. If I can help it, I'll stay away from them. If they want to come and scrap like this one does, then yes, fine, I'll kill it, but What a waste of my time. Stop wasting my time, you irritating little wolfie. Is that a wolf as well? Yeah. I'm just on the lookout in case they're neckers, because you can get the blue mutagens from neckers, which is useful. Check we're not missing any of the other undiscovered locations on the way, which we clearly were, so let's just head up and get this one. Because the other one is in fact the location... Oh, hello, boy. There we go. the other one is in fact the location where that Dirty Funds quest is going to take us anyway.
How you like that silver?
Yeah, yeah. Don't forget, if you've not been fortunate enough to get the enhanced beast oil like I was, that was atypical of a usual playthrough, you are unlikely to have that just yet.
Strange.
So you'll need to reapply the oils more frequently than I'm having to do here, because my beast oil has 40 charges, which is very useful, but normally it would just be 20. Got everything here, right? Cool. Picked all that up. Wasn't anything particularly amazing there, but let's go carry on with Dirty Funds. Still got that one to do, so we'll go this way. We don't have Hangman's Venom yet, so nothing for me to reapply in the menu, even though it will be humans and not beasts that we're fighting here. Yeah. Why did I knock that thing off? Yeah, yeah. That really wasn't worth it, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so we've still got one Tawny Owl and one Swallow, so I'll just use those here. Ooh. That's why we normally take out the archers, because they're annoying and they can pop your Quen from distance, which makes the other guys more annoying. So we've got the poisoning from the Viper Sword there though. A few quick attacks take these things out. These guys. Don't forget, I have got bombs if I even needed them as well, and because I'm going to be meditating soon, might as well use those. So, good idea to stun these guys, especially the leader with the sword. Let you get a few solid hits in, and also poison him there as well. Throw him, hit him with the bomb. Oh dear. Oh dear. Wow. Okay. So yeah, bombs, quite effective. Make good use of those if you've got them as well. Particularly if you know that they're like free uses, because I've run out of my potions now already, so I'm going to be meditating to get them back. So because I'm going to be doing that, it will refill my bombs and everything else. So yeah, might as well make use of those bombs, because I'm literally going to be getting them back for free, because I'm going to be meditating and using that one hard alcohol, and it will replace all of your alchemy things for the one hard alcohol usage. So only use up that one item and it will get you them all back. So that's all your bombs, all your decoctions, all your potions. Hence why alchemy is amazing. Okay, so we've got Verbena there, might as well just grab that. I'm going to grab the thing these dudes dropped, and then that I think is everything apart from the one side quest where we go and walk the battlefield with this other fella. And because I've picked up so many things, my inventory will be nearly full anyway, so I will in fact just take a quick detour, fast travel, and then sell all this stuff to the blacksmith guy, sell all the swords, get my inventory as empty as possible, and then I can pick up as much as we can from walking the battlefield when we do this extra quest. And then we can maximise the money that we get and sell those things when we get to Novigrad. Well, Velen. We'll get to Velen, go straight to Novigrad because you get better prices for selling things there. And then, you know, we'll maximise what we get that way. Loot all this stuff. Tons of good... Well, I say tons of good stuff, but quite a lot of stuff to get, and then some of it fairly useful. I think we actually got a calcium equum there as well, so you will find those kind of things, those kind of items just from looting. If you wanted to like just wait and then craft the bombs when you find the items naturally, which is what I do on most of my playthroughs, but in this one I bought a couple from Tormira, the herbalist, because we're going to be selling that stuff to her anyway. So yeah, figured we might as well. So essentially turned a couple of honeycomb into something else, being those bombs. So I'm going to go from this side, just open this gate while I'm here, because otherwise it's annoying. Always bugs me if you come from this gate at that side and like it's not it's not open. It always annoys me. So I'm going to open this gate while I'm here, because you have to open it from this side. Not exactly the kind of terrain that Roach will easily traverse, so that's why I've not called her. Can't remember if there's a marker to fast travel here or anything. There is. Fantastic. So I'll just be able to fast travel back here right afterwards. Anything for me to pick up before we fast travel? No. Right, okay, so open that gate. Fast travel here, offload some of the things that we bought, and then we can fast travel right back here afterwards. And then we've got that last marker to get, which is... what is it actually? It's a monster nest and the last place of power. Both of them together, I believe. So we'll have a look at that. Get that sorted. So yeah, we're coming up on nearly everything done in White Orchard. But there are certain things that you really want to do. Upgrade the armor, we did almost straight away. Make sure that we've collected some alkahest and other hard alcohol to be able to make judicious use of our alchemy, because Tornial has, is a lifesaver, and Swallow is how we heal. And also get the 2 swords that are very useful. So again, these are all light armor. Don't want any of those, even though those are slightly better resistances. It's more valuable to have the Griffin School techniques boost from those. I'll go and dump those in the safe as well, I think. Anything we can get rid of here? Yeah, we can sell that. You can see how heavy the saddles are. They were taking up like 5 inventory weight, which is a lot. So before we even go and walk the battlefield and do that part of it, we can go and dump some of this stuff in our stash. We can always take it out afterwards if we need any of it back. So we've got all that. Don't need him to craft anything else. We've already got the bits, and you can see that these swords are a lot less damaging than the Viper Steel sword, so you never want to be making any of these, and these are far too high level for us to be able to have. So yeah, all sorted there. Could repair your gear if you want, but now we're good.
So long.
Alright, so now we'll fast travel back. I'll go back to town first, and then dump stuff in the stash.
Move it.
Just to make sure that we've got as much inventory space, like I was saying, as possible before we go and do the walk the battlefield. I can actually talk to Vesemir while I'm there, and then he will go to the actual field where we're going to be fighting the Griffin, and then that will be the last thing that we do. So we'll have this sub-quest to do, and then once that's sorted, we're all good. Might as well speak to Vesemir while we're here. Alright.
Got good. What up, Griffin?
Alright.
Learn.
Never leave it to a professional.
More. I'm big.
Right, so off he goes. Prepare to fight the Griffin by brewing the Thunderbolt potion. Ah, yes. So this is about brewing your potions as well. Very useful, so skip through all these. And there we go. So for this you need an Endrager embryo, which you've magically got one of, and a Dwarven Spirit, so that's all good. We'll get Thunderbolt there. We do love Thunderbolt. Oh, I accidentally made white honey as well. Oh well, whatever. Right, cool. I was going to make it eventually anyway. Right, okay, so bread. Yeah. Only keep one of those. Yep, cool. I know about potions. I've been using them like the whole time. Seriously. Anyway. Manuscript page for Thunderbolt as well. Sell some of this stuff, and then we can dump the rest.
Something else you'll be needing.
Yes, I would like to sell some junk, please. So yeah, just make use of this whilst you can. You can buy things like, you need these eventually as well, like Mandrake cordials and stuff like that, but I'll buy those later. from other places. Never going to use that. Never going to use you. You don't need that. Okay, so you see how she only sells, she only buys honeycomb for like 4 instead of, you know, any more than that. So we can sell quite a few of these. In fact, I will buy a mandrake cordial because she doesn't have any money left. I want to be able to offload some junk onto her. So let's have a look. Buy this stuff. Yeah, you do pile up like an awful lot of junk. You want to be able to get rid of it. Okay, ashes, fishing rod, blah blah blah. And so yeah, if you do find yourself like thinking, I could do with buying some stuff. These mandrake cordial you need for like white gull later as well. I'll buy a couple of those. And just buy something that's going to be useful later on maybe. And at least get something that you, like I say, are going to make use of or is potentially useful. And sort of turn the junk that you've got into potentially interesting items like that. So, yeah. Made a few crowns there, lightened our inventory a little bit.
Farewell.
I don't think I'll need most of this stuff. I mean, I could just keep onto it. I probably could just sell everything to her, but I always like to just keep 1 or 2 just in case. 1 or 2 of things. I'm very conservative, and it's not like, it's not difficult to the point. It's not like particularly brutal with this kind of stuff in terms of what you need to be hanging on to and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I can transfer some of these glyphs. Could pretty much do all of them. Not going to need a lot of armorers kits either, but mostly we'll just dump a lot of the junk food and things like that. Doesn't actually take up that much inventory space or anything like that. So dump all this stuff. You can always take it out later if we need it back anyway. Right, cool. Okay, so cleared up inventory space as much as we can pretty much, so pretty good, and that'll give us plenty of inventory space to be picking up all the stuff that we're going to go and loot as part of this quest. So again, we're just going to change to the secondary quest, go and do this, and then I'll be finishing off the Griffin quest, and we'll see where that takes us from there. Just meditate first, because there are another load of ghouls to fight. So now when I use the 3 potions instead of 2,
And the war's just started. Place of power. Should draw from it.
oh, I could have just used the bomb on this right away. Oh well, never mind. I actually meditated because I anticipated there being ghouls around this nest. But whatever. Cool. I could meditate and it sometimes makes another ghoul pop out, and you get like a little bit of experience for clearing that. But to be perfectly honest, I don't want to use the other alcohol just for that tiny bit of experience. So, because whilst I've got a lot of alcohol, I don't want to be wasting it unnecessarily. Might do it after I've completed this quest, because I'll probably use up all of my potions, or at least a few of the potions, fighting the ghouls and things that are roaming around here. Okay, that's it for the episode. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you all next time on the path.